Okay. Good afternoon. Let's begin today's session. So far we have seen how to create a document, how to align the text. Then we also see regarding how to create tables, how to put images. Okay. So those things we have seen. So today we will begin with references and indexing. Okay, references and indexing. So this is one of a very important thing we need in case of our documents, that is regarding our thesis or articles. So this referencing and indexing is very important. That is both putting your bibliography as well as cross referencing your images, document images, tables, sections, page numbers. So these things are very important. So we will see about this today. Okay. Before going to that, first we will see about how to create a title page. So if there are many students are there, so if they are submitting an assignment or if they have to submit their report in latex form, the first page they need to create, right? So that will be the title page. So we will see how to create a title page. So I'll show you the sample title page. So look into the code first. You will see the code. So title page, you can give it like the environment for title page is begin title page and end title page. You have to give all the contents in between. This means your latex will try to put it within a single page. Okay. So all the contents that comes in between this begin title page and end title page will be put in a single page. So make sure you type all the commands without any spelling mistake. Okay, even a small spelling mistake will not compile your document. That is, while you compile your document, if there is any small spelling mistake, even if you miss in this begin, if you miss this I, if you put begn, I is missing, what happens? Your latex will not know. It will consider that begn is something, and it will not give you a PDF output. So yesterday I got a mail from one of the participants that she told me that she was not able to compile the document. So but when I checked, there was a small spelling mistake that is in the document. She document, but she typed as doument. Okay, that C was missing. So a small spelling mistake also your document will not compile. So always try to look into the error messages and try to rectify on your own. So if you try to rectify on your own only, then if you're creating a large document, you will have the confidence in using latex. So otherwise you will lose your confidence. So try to always solve your problems on your own. Okay, that is very needed. Okay, so we look into this file. So here I am given the document classes article. Okay, we are creating an article document class. So in that, in a document article, the main thing is chapters will not be there. So other thing will be the same, that you will have the section, subsection. So these things will be present. You will not have chapter. Next, I am using this Lipsum package. So this Lipsum package is to create some random test. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. It is not formatting. It will some random test it will add. So then I am using this geometry package to set the margin as well as the paper size. Okay, so here I have set the margin as 1 inch. Okay, if I give margin equal to 1 inch, means it will set on all the four sides as 1 inch margin, and I have set the paper as A4 paper. And next thing is I have given the I use the package graphic S. Why graphic X? Means if I use this package only, I will be able to include any images in my document. So if I did not include this, means what happens? I will not be able to include any images in my document. Okay. So here I am starting this with begin title page and I am ending with end title page. Okay, begin and end. So always if you start your document with begin, means it should also contain this end statement. You just put this begin statement, and if there is this end statement is not there, means also there is a problem. Okay, so you should make clear, if you begin something, you have to end that also. Okay, so inside this begin and n, we have this begin sender and end sender. That means we are telling the lattice to align all the contents in between these two lines in a sender aligned form. Okay, so then we have, I have put this huge. Okay, what I'm telling is to put the this test in huge font size. Okay, we have seen this font size, so I think now you may know what is this huge and what is this large. Okay, this huge means I am setting this font size as huge, and I have also given it to bold this line, that is title of the project, to be bold. Okay, then I am giving a v fill, so this will give a space between this line and this line. So how it will fill means all the contents will be fit into a single page, and the space will be adjusted by the latex so that it looks neat. You when you look into the document, you'll see. Then I am giving this medium script. Medium script, a small space will be left between the submitted by and the other one. Okay, I have also included this image. Okay, so include graphics width equal to 1, NICHE. So yesterday I told you, like, you have to put the extension like PNG or JPG. So that problem will come if in this name, if in the name of this niche you have multiple images, means that problem will come. If you have, you can see, so I have only one image in this folder. Okay, one image in this folder, that is like niche.jpg. So I have just given as NICHE. So now when we compile, we can see what happens. Okay, you just compile. Okay, so you see you got the title page. Okay, you got the title of the projects. Okay, this one. For this, you have the title of the project, that is also bold. Then you have the v skip, v fill. Okay, for v fill you have a small space. Then you have this submitted by. Okay, you have this submitted by. Then I put this two slash. Why this two slash means the uh, to split these two lines. Okay, these slashes means the other sentence should go to the next line, otherwise what happens, this other one will be coming here. Okay, so I have give this medium skip. So then you have this other name, you have this under the guidance of some from name, and you have this image. Okay, so image size I have set it as width equal to 1 inch. Okay, you can give either width equal to 1 inch comma height is equal to 1 inch, or just you can also you can give scale equal to 0.1 and 0.2 or some value, or 1 or 2. And width equal to 1 inch means it will set the width as 1 inch, height it will be scaling accordingly, that is it will maintain the aspect ratio of the image. Okay, your image will not get shrunken or it not be big, the aspect ratio will be maintained if you give the command just as width equal to 1 inch. Okay, so from the next page you have the, I gave this libsum 1 equal to 10, so it will add 10 paragraphs. Okay, it's some random test. So for that we are using this libsum package. So this is the way you can create a title page. Okay, you can create a title page. So all the contents you add next to this end page will be shift to the second page. Okay, so title page always starts with begin title page and it will end with end title page. So next, okay, next is we are going into hyperlinks. Okay, if you want to add any URLs, that is web address or some other email, these things into the latex, means how you can add that things into that. Just you may ask, okay, I can just type, but what it does is you have seen some smart PDFs. PDFs means when you click on a link in the PDF, what happens, it will take you directly to the browser and the website will open. So in order to do that, we have to use some two packages. Okay, we have to use some two packages, that is for adding this hyperlinks and adding hypertext. Okay, so those things you will see. So if you use the package named URL, you can it will show the website as a link. Okay, so the command for that is you have to put, you have to first you have to add this package, that is in the preamble you have to use slash use package open bracket and close bracket, and you have to put URL. Then what you have to do is you have to put slash URL. This will come inside the begin document environment. You have to put slash URL open bracket close bracket. In between these two you have to put what website you have to add. Okay, so if you add that, uh, you will have the clickable link in your PDF. Okay. So another one more package I said you will have hyperref. Okay, hyperref. So if this package means what happens, some places we can see click here will be there, but we will not see any link. But you click on the test, click here, what happens, it will take you into a different page. Okay, so here also you have to use the package hyperref. If you put slash href in bracket, you put the, need to have two brackets. Okay, one bracket and the other bracket. So in the first bracket, if you put the link, and if you put the test in the second, what happens, it will show just here. But you can, this here will be a clickable link. Okay, if you click the here, what happens, it will take you to a the page niuniv.com. Okay, so we'll see that example how to do it. You can see, so I told you have to use two packages. If you want to use this command URL, you have to use the package, use package URL. And if you want to use another package for giving a different name to the link, you have to use this package hyperref. So the command for this URL is slash URL. You can put the link inside this bracket. Okay, and this href, if you put, means what happens, you will have a overleaf. This, if you click on this overleaf, it will take you into to this website. Okay, so you'll compile and you'll see. Okay, you can see this is a clickable link. Okay, if I click in this overleaf, it will take you to overleaf.com. And if I click on this test studio, it will go to teststudio.com. If I click here, it is a direct link. Okay, that is created with the URL. It will take you to niuniv.com. So this way you can create links inside a PDF which are responsive. Okay, that is interactive links you can create inside PDFs also using these two packages, that is URL as well as hyperref. So that's way you can create hyperlink as well as hypertext. Okay. Next we will see this cross referencing. Okay, cross referencing is very important. That is, you will add a label. Okay, you will give, first you will give a short name to your table or image or paragraph or section or whatever the things, you will label that item. Okay, then what you will do is you will use the command and cross reference your tables or images. Okay, you'll see how to do that. Okay, so what you will do is you can reference section, subsection, chapters or something. You can cross refer table, you can cross refer figures, even page numbers also you can cross refer. Okay, uh, inside the table environment or the figure environment, you will use slash label, and you will put inside the bracket, you will put the, you put a key, means some name like figure 1 or figure 2 or figure 3 or figure 1 is to 1, that is, you can put it like in chapter 1 first figure, some label you can give. Okay, cross references is like you can put reference key. Okay, so this will cross refer the table numbers to this point. And you can also have page reference. Okay, page reference means if you put this command, it will add the page numbers to that point. And if you put name reference for a subsection, you have a heading for a subsection, maybe like medicine or something, means if you put this name reference, so the medicine will show. I'll show you the example, then only you'll come to know what happens. Okay, so how you can practice, this is the best practice for defining labels. Okay, if it is a chapter, you can put ch colon, then you can put 1. Okay, if it is a section, means section colon 1. Figure means figure colon 1 is to 1 is to something, you can go on like that, table 1. So if you put this way, if you put in this way, there will not be any confusion while you look into your document in a later date. Okay, now we will see the example. Okay, so here also I am using the document class as article. I am using the package hyperref. Okay, so I'll tell you what this hyperref does in this document. Okay, I'm also adding some images, so I am using this package graphic X. Okay, Same way, I'm starting a section with the title overview. Okay, I'm telling this is a paragraph. That's why I'm giving this command /paragraph, open braces and close braces. Okay. So what I am doing is section, reference, subsection, define. Okay. So I have to label this, right? Somewhere I should have labeled this. You can see I have given this subsection a name SUBSEC colon DEF. Okay, that is subsection definition. So I have given it as a label. I am calling this label here. Okay, the same way we can also give like a reference. Okay, I have added a table here. Okay? One table I have added here. So this table I have given the label table items. Okay, so this way you can add. So what happens? So I am giving like /ref colon open braces and closed, and I am giving this table items. Okay, same way you can do for your images also. Okay, so you have your image here, you have your image. So I'm giving a label for this item and I'm referencing figure something shows a tiger I am given. Okay, this is a image. You'll see what happens when you compile. Okay, okay, you see in the latex when it compiles, okay, it adds. So I have given just like /ref subsection define. So this subsection define is a 3.1. So that is a chapter 3.1. Okay, that is a chapter 3.1. So what happens, it automatically takes that number. So if you add another you have this subsection define. Okay, if you add any other section in before that, okay, we'll see, we'll add a new section. Okay, section I will add section. What happens, you see this number latex automatically changes. Okay, you can see it changes the number automatically. So if you are using this format in your thesis, if you follow this cross referencing properly, if you add a image, or if you delete a image, or if you delete a sentence, or if you delete a page, or if you delete a chapter, or if you copy one content from one chapter to other chapter, no issues. Latex while compiling, it will put all the numbers properly. Okay, the numbering will be very perfect in latex. So you don't have to manually correct each and every numbers if you are doing a document in latex. But if you are doing it in Word, if you delete a image in between, you have to restart numbering from first to last. Even in table of contents, you have to change the page numbers. Even in list of figures, you have to change the page page number as well as the figure number. So everywhere you will have to change. So but in case of your latex, you don't have to do these things. Okay, so those kind of advantages are there when you are using this latex. Okay, so this way you can cross refer. Okay, so there is one problem is there. While we are writing any documents, what happens, this table name or the caption of the table will come above table. So we have a notation like for figures we will put the caption below figures, and for tables we will put the caption above table. So I will show you that how to do that. Okay, so we'll see this example, the table environment. Okay, I will compile this. Okay. So you see this example. So we are having the caption below the table. Okay, you are having the caption below the table. So what you have to do is you have to use a package known as float. Okay, you have to use a package float, and you have to give the style to plain top. You have to change the style to plain top. Then you have to restyle the float. Okay, now what I'm telling is change the float style to top of the table. Okay, then I am telling restyle what, just you have to do this only to the table. Okay, then I am also using the, what happens now, you can see if you add only these three commands, what will happen? We can see the caption is attached next to the table. So we need just a gap, right? We need just a cap. So what I will do is I will use another package known as a caption package. I will also tell the caption setup for this to give a 10-point spacing between these two lines. Now you can combine, you have a space between the table and the caption. So in latex you can do all the things what you need, but only thing is you should properly know what package you should use. So I told you, you can go to Stack Exchange website and you can search, so there you will get the solution for what package you have to use for which scenario you have to use which package. So that way you can create a good documents, and these problems will come in latex because no, not a single package will not solve everyone's problem. So many problems will be there, so you have to find a solution and rectify. So all in latex there is a solution for all the problems. Okay, so there are n number of packages and you will get a solution for sure. So next we will see. Okay, now you can add labels and refer them in a document. You know how to label. Okay, next thing is creating index. Okay, creating index means, so when you look, when you take a book, what happens at the last pages you will have appendix, as well as next to that you will have index, that is some words will be there. Next to that words you will have some page numbers. Okay, so what it tells is this word is present in so and so page number. You can go and check that page to find that words. So that is what did in using this back index. For creating back index you have to use the package, you have to use a package known as I make IDX. Okay, you have to use I make IDX and one command known as make index. Okay, these two must be there. Okay, these two must be there. Then if you want to make a word index, how you have to do is slash index key. Okay, key means the word. Okay, that is a word. Slash index, inside the bracket you can use any word. Okay, then if you want to display the index, what you have to do is you have to use this command print index. Okay, usually index is seen at the end of the document. Okay, so you can display the index items. Okay, so if you have, you can have sub entry, you can have cross referencing, so everything you can have, we will see. Okay, then also you can have index usually you can see index pages, it will have two columns. Okay, if you want to, you can define the number of columns and index using this command make index columns equal to 1 2 or 3 or 4. Okay, also you can change the title of the index, so you can use slash make index title equal to uh, index or front index or back index. You can, these commands you can use also, title equal to back index comma columns equal to 1. Okay, if you want to add the index into the table of contents, so that is if you look into the table of contents, in that you will have index and the page number. Okay, you'll have index as well as page number. So what happens if you go into that particular page number, you can see the index page. If you want to add this index to table of contents, you have to use this command make index in TOC, that is in table of contents. Okay, we will see that example. So now we are going to create index. So here also I am using the article class and set the font size to 12 point. Okay, I have used the package geometry and I have used the margin as 1 inch. I will also can change it to A4 paper. Okay. Then I am giving a title to the document. Okay, you can create title using the way I told, that is begin title and end title page. Okay, or you can use this also, title as author, but that you will get a neatly aligned title, but this will give a short title at the top. Okay, you can also use slash date as slash today. Today means it will take today's date. Okay, next what you have to do is you are using the package make IDX. Okay, in the make IDX I am using columns equal to 1. That is, it will create a single column index. So next is I'm changing the title to title equal to back index, and I am also using the in TOC, that is add this index page to table of contents. Okay. So next I am coming. I have created make title. Okay, that will create the title. Then I am adding table of contents. Okay, it will create the table of contents. Then page break. That means push the all the contents to this next page. Okay. Then I am starting my paragraph. Okay, I have added a section. In that section, that tiger. Okay, I am starting the tiger. In that I have given the word tiger in index. So that is, this word should come in the index page. Okay, and as well as this index pandy right is also given in the index. Okay, so we will see that while compiling we will come to know. Okay, so as I added this make title, I am having this 3 lines, that is tiger, wiki, and May 14, 2020, today's date. Then I have added this table of contents. So because of this table of contents, I am having this introduction, habitat, more information. So these sections are coming here, and back index is also coming. So if I delete this in TOC, what happens? You'll see. See, that is removed from the table of contents. So only if you put this in TOC, you will have this index page listed in the table of contents. Okay, now we will go into the last part. Okay, this is the index. Okay, so I have given us tiger. Okay, so here it adds the word tiger, and 2-3 minutes it is present in page number 2 and 3. Okay, some places in Bangladesh, India, Malaysia, it comes under this habitat. So that you have to use index Asia, but it comes under, that is C, on type symbol C, habitat. So this is a format how you have to give this kind of index. If you want not this kind of index, so this Asia C habitat, if you want to use this, you can use this command. So if you want India, Malaysia, South Korea comes under habitat, you have to use index habitat, then exclamatory mark India. So this way you have to give. So if you can create indexes using this word. So in order to print the index, you have to give the command /print index. So if you put this here, it will print the index at the end of the document. So if you put in some other place, it will put the index page in that place. So usually we have this index in the last pages. So now you know, if you look into any book, you have an index. As far as I know, most of the textbooks are created using latex. Okay, so they have a latex template. Most of the publishers have a latex template, so they will put the or typeset the document in that template, and just they will compile. So all those things will come into place, and you get a neat looking document. Okay, so now you know how to create index. Okay. So you can create an index, add sub-entry, cross-reference, format the index, display custom title, add entry to and table of contents. Okay. Now we are going into bibliography. Bibliography is the very important part. Okay. So we will have many people have problems like you will create a article, you will put the references, you will submit into one journal. Okay. What happens? Due to some problem, the paper will get rejected. Okay. So you want to submit it to another journal. So what you will do? You will sit, you will spend some time, maybe hours and days, and you will be recreating the references manually. Okay, you will create each and every references, you will type inside numbering. Some journals it will have the number will come inside square brackets, some it will have superscript numbering, some will have author year inside the bracket. So many type of numbering will be used by different journals, and the end references list or the bibliography list, that style will be entirely different. You'll sit hours and hours to do that. But now there are many softwares to do that. So you can have Mendeley, or you can have EndNote. Even Microsoft Word also having inbuilt EndNote. So you can use that software. But in LaTeX, it is very much easier. So I will tell you that. Okay, now we'll see how to create bibliography. Okay, so you'll see how to add and style references. Okay, so you will be using this bibliography in papers, journals, books, articles, everywhere. Even in books also you can see references. Okay, everywhere you see these references. References where even in web pages also you can see references. Okay, next thing is you need to create a bib file. This bib file, bib file, will have the details of the references in that paper. That I'll show you how to create this bib file. Okay, then you will also see how to cite in a document. Okay, so this is an example for an bibliography file. Okay, I'll show you the bib file. Okay, so your bib file, okay, this is a bibliography file. It will have a name and the extension of the file will be .bib. Okay, the name of file will be bib. This is also a normal test file. You can use any notepad or wordpad or any document to open this document. Okay, you see this, you have an article. Okay, this is the format for an article. In article you should give a name to the article. Okay, you should give a name to the article. That is for cross reference, like we see this labeling, right? In labeling you will give a name to a particular float, that it may be a table or a image or a section. You will give a label. So this part is the labeling for this particular article. So if you add another article, you can give it as primal 2, or you can just give 1 2 3 4. Okay, you can give no problems. So in that article you have a title. Okay, can add title inside title. So you have to make sure first at will be there. Okay, at the rate article open bracket. So this open bracket will be ended here. Okay, then you will have this reference. Okay, that is a labeling part. Then add a comma. Okay, this is very much important. Then next line you have can add title equal to open bracket close bracket. Each line will end with a comma. Okay, here each line will end with a comma, but the last line will not have a comma. Keep in mind, if you add a comma here, your document will not compile. Okay, keep in your mind. So as you are doing in latex, and symbol you cannot type put directly, because and is used to separate columns in table. So you have to put slash and you have to put and. Okay, you have to put slash and. So you will put the title. Okay, you can have title. Then you can have the author names. Okay, author names are separated by and. Okay, it is separated by and. You have the name. You have two names, mean you can separate the two names with comma. Okay, and you will put and, then other name, and then another other name, and another other name. Okay, then you will have your journal name of the journal. Inside the bracket you have to put the journal name. Then you will have your volume number. This number is your issue number. Okay, this if you put just number means it is your issue number. And next is you can have this year, which year it is published. Okay, this order you can change. You can put the title at the last, you can put the year at the beginning, because latex will consider only for the code word like year equal to, but the last line should not have any comma. Okay, it should nothing should be there. You can put the title at the last and the volume at the first. No matter, that doesn't matter how you put. Okay, next, if you want to add a proceedings, okay, you have a conference proceedings as in your reference, you can add the title. Same way you can add your author. Next you can have your book title. Okay, that is a title of your conference, that is title of your conference proceedings. You will have the pages, you will have your year, and you'll have the organization. Okay, uh, who conducts the conference. Okay, then you can also have websites like it is considered under miscellaneous. You have the author, title. Okay, how it is published, where it is seen. Okay, for web references you can use this. So this is the way you have to create bibliography file. So you may ask a question, so should I sit and type all these things? No. What you can do is you can go to this scholar.google.com. Okay, you can go to the website scholar.google.com and type any keyword. Okay, and search for that. Okay, yeah, okay. So what happens, this page will come. In this page, you have seen this uh, the symbol, right? In this symbol, if you come, it will show a site. Okay, you can see site. So when you go to the page, okay, you will have this. In this, you can see this site. So if you click this, what happens? Another page will open. So it will show you different styles like MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, Vancouver. But when you come down, it will have other styles like BibTeX, EndNote, ReferMan, and RefWorks. Okay. So our style, what we are using in LaTeX is BibTeX. Click that. Okay, you see, okay, you got the style. Okay, you got the style. What you can do is you can just copy. Okay, put it in your, okay, as a nest entry you can create. Okay, you can create this as a nest entry. So that's all. Okay, you have your, so this way you can copy from Google and you can create here. But some people are using Mendeley. Okay, for Mendeley, if you are using, how you can do that is you have this entry, and if you want to convert means you will have the list of references and you will be using it in Mendeley. You can use Control A, you can go to file, export. Okay, and you have this three forms are there, that is XML, RIS, and BibTeX. Okay, you select BibTeX and you save. All your references will be saved in this BibTeX form, and you can use the same file in your LaTeX. So this way, these are some of the easy way you can create your .bib files. Okay, you can use Google Scholar or export to Mendeley. Don't ask me how to export your documents to Mendeley, so that you can install Mendeley and you can check the Mendeley guide. Okay, so Google Scholar, this is the way you have to just click this symbol, go down, click BibTeX. Okay, you will have your uh, bib file. Okay, this is a BibTeX formatting. You will have that. Okay, so this way you can create. Okay, so this is bib file. Okay, I'll save this file. Okay, now, so we have created our bib file. Then we will go into the document. Okay, document we will go. Okay. Okay, so here what I am doing is I'm using a document class, that is that I told you, right? IEEE articles. So IEEE tran. So that is the class for IEEE articles. So in that I'm going this conference. So there are different arguments like, so it will create a IEEE conference style article. Okay, I'm using this package HyperRef. Okay. So I'm having some random test. So if you want to cite a paper in this point, what you have to do is you have to type the command /cite, open bracket, close bracket, and this name is there, right? This labeling name. So this name you have to put here. Okay. So okay, now we will see. We'll compile this. Okay, same way you can give other references also. I will compile. So this is a random test I'm creating with Lipsum. So you see, the first reference comes in the first paragraph. Okay, that is next to this some random test for Elastic SQL. I can put it in a different place. For example, some random test in between this. I'll put this site. Okay, we'll compile and we'll see. Okay, see, the references is shifted. Okay, it is just shifted to this part. Okay, so you have this second reference here, and you have this third reference here. So what happens if I move this reference from here to here? What will happen? See, the numbering as well as this list has been changed. So it will automatically change everything. Okay. So I am using a bibliography style IEEE trans. So this is the bibliography style like APA style or MLA style, what are the style. So this is the style for ITran, and this one /bibliography. BIBLIO, that is a file name. Okay, this is the file name for this bib file, and this is a style. So we will see some different styles. Okay, we will see this. I'll change the style to a different style. What happens? We will see. Okay, I will say APA like style. So these are different styles. For getting your these styles, you have to check the internet. Okay, I'll check. What happens? You'll see. See, immediately you have got other year. Okay, if you look APA like style means other year. Okay, everything is changed accordingly. So I can have different style like plain. That is also one style. See, numbering. So according to that style, it has changed. So in latex, doing references is very easy. Okay, uh, in Word and all, you'll have to sit and type the references. You have to change the formatting. You have to do many things. So once you have created the bib file in latex, it is very easy to. So we have created a okay, in the bib file I created a new entry, right? Okay, so this we will add and we will compile. We will put this here slash site that name. So now if I compile here, there are only 3 entries in the references. Now you will see what happens. See, you have a 4th entry. Okay, that is the new article what we added. Numbering will also be added automatically. But make sure while compiling the document with bibliography, you have to use PDF latex. The stop part you can see PDF latex here. You can see. Okay, see my mouse pointer. You can see PDF latex plus make index plus bibtex. If you choose this PDF latex alone, what happens? Bibliography files will not be compiled. Okay, that bib file will not be compiled, and you will have question marks in these places. Okay, what you will get is you will get question marks instead of these numbers. You will get question marks. So while compiling a document with bib files, make sure you use PDF latex plus make index plus bibtex. Okay, so this way you have to do the compiling for bibliography. Okay, so you can see I just used the command this class file IEEE trans. So you got a neat looking 2-column document with title as well as references. Okay, so latex is very simple. So if you follow the formatting everything, latex is very simple. Okay, so you can get a bibtex from Google Scholar. Okay, like that's why you can click site, take the bibtex file and copy and paste. So these are the keys. I told you this. You can cite using this. There are many styles are there: plain, alpha, unstructured, ACM, many other. You can search Google. You will get what style. Some journals they have their ready-made templates. You can take that and you can get it. You create the bib file. Okay, so you have the bibliography file name, and so you include references. If you don't want to cite, that means you can give no cite and key also you can give. Okay, so if you want the templates for IEEE templates, you can go to this link and you can get the IEEE templates. Okay, so now you can create a bibliography file. You can add references. You can have different bibliographic styles in your document. Okay, next I told about various symbols, right? How to put symbols in your document. So that we will see now. So there are different packages available for symbols. Okay, one package is known as PI font. Okay, PI font is a package which gives you symbols. Okay, you can type all these things. Okay, all these things means test, less than, greater than, underscore. If you want to type, you have to put a slash and you have to put the underscore. And means you have to put slash and you have to type and. Dollar symbol slash then dollar. This will give a paragraph like a symbol. Okay, this is another symbol. If you want to add a bar, so this is a superscript. If you want this one, if you can also add this trademark symbol, registered symbol, copyright. So in order to add all these symbols, you don't need any package. Okay, so in this PI font package, there will be numbering will be there. Okay, numbers will be there for different symbols. Okay, uh, okay. So there will be different. So what you have to use is /dang. That is a command for using this PI font package. You have to give the number, then that symbol will come. As I told, you have to look into the document of this package. Then only you will come to know which font you can, or which symbol you can use. In math mode also you can type the symbols. Okay, we will compile and see this document how it looks. You can see this test less means you will get a less than symbol, test greater than means you will get a greater than symbol. So for underscore, slash underscore, and dollar symbol, slash dollar symbol, you have this p, so that is slash p. This is two plus symbols. Okay, that is slash dag. You can have a pipe symbol like test bar. If you put this, you will get this symbol. Okay, you get this symbol. If you want to put this a into superscript, means you have to type x, then test superscript a. So this a will put to the superscript. If you want to have this open bracket or close bracket inside the test, so these brackets are used in commands. If you want to put this inside the test, means you have to put slash this bracket. If you want to type the symbol, you can put slash and type this. Okay, if you want to have this trademark, okay, tm, you have to put this slash test trademark. If you want to registered symbol, slash test registered copyright. So for using these things, you don't want any package. Okay, so this PI font package, you see, if you want these kind of symbols, you can, there are many symbols are there. Okay, like the same way you can have this large, huge, small, these font sizes you can have for this packages also. Okay, so this way you can have different symbols in math mode. If you want to have the cap above a symbol, a letter, what you have to do is slash hat. Okay, that is to add a hat, and above this 0 or o. Okay, and if you want to add a vector above a symbol, means you have to add slash vector o. So math mode or math symbols you can check online, and you can get more information regarding how to type symbols in math mode. Just put latex math symbols, you type, you will get pages, many pages are there. Okay, so first try to create a symbol document, then you can go to this math mode. Okay, so today I will show something else. For like many people will have this doubt that in chemistry we have many uh, equations. So how to type these equations? Okay, so I'll show you what package to use. I cannot show you each and every example. Okay, you can use this formula, chem formula. This is one package, and the other one package is chemfig. Okay, and another one package is MHCHEM. Okay, this is another package. Okay, MHChem, chemfig, and chem formula. Okay, this command. Okay, CH, I am typing this H2O. Usually what you do is you will put 3, you will give a space, you will put H, you will put subscript, and then you will O you will type. But in case of lattice, what you can do is you can use this package. Which package means chem formula package, and you just put slash ch, open the bracket, put 3H2O. It will automatically, it will equate the symbol. You can also have large equation using this chem equation package. Okay, so I am using this command. So this 4 equations are written using this CE package, that is using the MHChem package, and this is using, both will give you the same output. So this, if you put slash CE or slash CH, you will get the same output. You will see that. Okay, you see, if you put an equation like this, if you want to draw something like this, you will get these kind of equations. Okay, this chemistry chemfix, you can also put it inside the figure environment so that it will have a caption. Okay, if you want to have put this as a figure, you can have caption. You can see if you want to have a single bond, double bond, triple bond, what is the symbols here. You can put a hyphen b means that will have a single bond, that is comes from the package chemfix. Double bond, this is for triple bond, these are for different symbols. Okay, you can see this is an uh, methane. Okay, so you can draw it like this. Okay, so some things will be complex, but you can look into the document, but these things will be very useful to you. Okay, you can see from here, you see. Okay, you can have this 3H2O. Okay, see, to it put it as subscript, everything it will do it automatically. Okay, if you want to put something in the, if you put a minus, that will go to the top. But if you want to like aqueous or liquid or gas or something, if you want to put here, you can put an underscore. And if you put inside this bracket, if you put this aqueous means, that will come below. See, this is created using this ce command, and the below one is created using the ch command. Both gave you the same output. So there may be numerous number of packages. If you the same package, different packages will have the same effect. You have see this equation. Okay, this equation. So this is the format for this equation, that is using ce environment. Okay, you can have, this is for this arrow mark. If you put in bracket slash delta, that will come above the arrow mark. You can have all these things. Okay, so there is some question, how to get a formula using latex. How to get a formula using latex. So I don't, can you retype the question? Did you mean that how to type a formula? That is the formula means, can you give some example? So example any formula, so that I will be able to explain that. So this is how you can type this chemistry equations. Okay, okay, Arrhenius equation. So you are asking Arrhenius equation. Can you type the equation? You type the equation. I'll do that. These equations you can type in simple math mode. I'll tell you how to type. You can put like a dollar. Okay, a equal to, okay, some constant. Okay, if you want to put something above, you have to put the symbol bracket. You can put e. If you want something again, if you want to have an below that, you can put, and okay, close the dollar symbol. Okay, and you just compile. See, a equal to k raised to e by a. So this is a command how to type. So for this, 1 second, I will tell you how to type that. A equal to a e raised to minus a by. So what you can do is, you can type k equal to a e raised to, okay, open a bracket, that is a fraction. Okay, e underscore a, another rt, close the bracket, and dollar sign. See, sorry, this slash. See, this is your equation, that is A e raised to A by RT. Okay, this way you can type. I think I have answered your question. Matrix we have seen yesterday. Okay, matrix we have seen yesterday. So once again, I will show you that. Math 2. Okay, see, you have to give the command slash begin matrix and slash end matrix. Inside this command, there are different forms like B, V, many are there. So each will create a different output. So I'll compile, then you will see that. Okay, you can see this is a matrix. Okay, you can have different. This one here you see. So you can add just if you want another line you want to add, you can just type. Okay, you can add n numbers. You can add. So these brackets, right? If you want a straight line or if you want a square bracket, for that you have to use some different commands. Okay. So if you use just the word matrix, okay, as you have seen here, if you use just the word matrix in this beginning environment, it will not have any lines. Okay. So if you put this P matrix, you'll have a round bracket. If you put B matrix, you'll have a box bracket. If you put capital B matrix, that I can show you. Okay. I will put this capital B. What will happen? You will see. You see a curly bracket. So that's all. This is the way you can create a matrix. So uh, any questions? Did anybody try anything and you are not able to compile? Any questions? So tomorrow is our last day of the workshop. So tomorrow I'll be showing you how to create this presentation. So many were asking how to create this presentation in LaTeX. Okay, so I'll show you that. So today we have some 30 minutes time. So what I will do is I will wait. Okay, I will wait. You can try some commands. I think you are having all the text files with you. Okay, you can try that. Okay, you can compile the document. If you don't have a MyText installed, you can use online compiler like Overleaf. You can use. You compile. If you have any problems, you come to me. Okay, I will stay online for 30 minutes. So somewhere asking, and we have hands-on session. So this is the way I can have hands-on session. So you try. I will stay for another 30 minutes. You do some practical, okay, and you can ask the questions. Okay, so you put your comments in the question and answer, and you're able to answer. So I'll stay for 30 minutes. Is it okay for you? Can you give some comments in question and answer? Okay, okay. I got many yeses are there, so I will stay online. Okay, you can try. If you have any problems, you can tell me. I will try to give a solution for that. Okay, I'll stay online. So I have a question like how to make seminar invitation. Do you mean browser? Yes, okay, browser. So you can have templates. Okay, you can go to online and search browser template. Okay, so like This is the brochure which I created for this latex workshop. Okay, so three-fold or two-fold or A4 you can create. Okay, you can have this equations, not equation, this links, images you can have. So everything you can have in this. So this is created using, you can see, this is created using latex with hyperreference packages. Okay, this document is created. So I use this template. So this is the template, a three-fold brochure based on document class field. So you have a separate class file known as leaflet. Okay, so this is a link. You have the manual here. You can take a template and you can edit accordingly to your need. So this is the code. So if you compile, you will get like this. Okay, so you can create anything, any documents, any document. Okay, this document, that document, nothing, any document you can create. So someone is asking regarding this Elsevier template. So this is the template for Elsevier. Okay. So there are two files are there. One is SC and the other one is DC. So SC is the single column and DC is the double column template. Okay. So if you extract the Elsevier template, you will get this. So what problem I seen with the Elsevier template is these two style files were not present in the mic tests are there absolute. Okay, so you have to manually download these two test file, and if you put inside this folder only, the document is able to compile. Okay, so you can see. So okay, this is the uh, Elsevier template. Okay, so you have this first page like graphical abstract, second page you have your highlights, the third page you have your front matter. So this can be a single column or a double column. So what you can do is this class here, you can see this document class, the CAS hyphen DC and CC is there. So class files will be there. These two are the class files. So far we have seen this book article classes. There are certain class files that comes like separate class files. The book class and the article class are inbuilt into the mic text, but these class files will come separately. So this is called here in this document, this class file is called. So if you compile with the DC, what happens, I will show you. Okay, the same file you have a double column. So what I can do is, if you have single column SC, I will put, what happens. See, it is converting it into a single column document. Okay, so this is the template for Elsevier. So I checked some time back because so many people were asking about this journal article. So I downloaded this Elsevier template and checked. These two style files are missing. If anybody needs this, you can tell me. I will mail you this template. Okay, this template with these style files. There is a question like there is no package in the name graphic X in MyText console. So in MyText console, so can you type the exact error what you are getting? So one more thing is like some packages will not be present in mic text because what you are installing is a minimal version of this mic text. So what happens is if you want to install a new package, When you compile, it will install. You need to have an active internet connection. Go to this MyText console. Okay, you have to go to start. Okay, scroll down to MyText 2.9, then open this MyText console, and your MyText console will open. So in the MyText console, you go to packages. Okay, so in that you can see whether your GraphicX package is installed or not. You can go to okay, see, GraphicX means it will not give us a single file. You can see GraphicX bots, GraphicX, GraphicX PSM. So these kind of different files will be there. You have to check whether it is installed, or you can also go to this uh, manually. Also, you can download the package and you can install. Okay, you can manually download and you can install the package. So another question is like in some journal after title the abstract will be paragraph, then from introduction it will be format as column. Yeah, that is defined by the journal class. Okay, so I have showed you this. See here also we'll compile it with this with double column. You can see this abstract and this article info, these sizes are different, and you are having a double column. That is defined by this article class. You don't have to do anything. If you are working with a journal article template, you don't have to bother about that. You just concentrate only on the content. But if you want to do it manually also, you can do. You have to type the paragraph, then you have to type the multi-column environment using the multi multi-call package. Some question is about this lipsum. Lipsum is nothing. It is it doesn't do anything. It is to just to create some random test. Okay, so I don't have to sit and type the test. Okay, you see here I have typed in this document. You see in your screen some random test. I have typed only these two things. But if I give this slash lipsum 1 to 2 means it will, what it will do is it will create two paragraphs. Okay, with some random test. See the output. Okay, it creates one paragraph and two paragraphs with. So if I give 3, what happens? You can see 1 to 3. You can have 3 paragraphs. This is nothing. This is to create, this lipsum package is to create some random test. Okay, that is for the for my convenience. I am using this too. Otherwise I would have to sit and type or copy some stuff from the internet and paste it here and show. So this will be easy for me to show more content. So for that I am using this lipsum. So this lipsum package you will not use in your day-to-day life. Any more questions? So someone is asking, can there be a single sheet with all the comments? It cannot be possible, but I am having some files, so that will have some very needed comments, so that I will share with you. There is another question: is all the reference styles possible? It's possible, but you have to use the appropriate package for that. So only then you can use the different styles. So is there direct printing option for booklet printing? There is a question. So LaTeX will give you a PDF output, but printing you have to set in your printer. You cannot do that thing in LaTeX. Okay, but it will create a document. If you use a book class, it will give you say book kind of document, like a different margin size for even and odd pages, so that you can create. but printing you have to set in your printer. So he's another question like after one it is two, but binding is taken into consideration. I think the question is like front page is page number one and second page is page number two. But latex, what it will do is in a book class, the first page will not be having any numbering. It will start numbering only from the second page. And any package like that, I'm not clear with the question. So I can show you one simple thing now, okay, as there are some 5 more minutes are there. So some people will have typing problems with equations. Okay, I will tell you how easily you can uh, type equations. Okay, you have this Word, right? So I'm using this 2019 version of Word. Okay, so in that you can insert a equation. Okay, you can go to equation. You can type an equation. So I'm going with this equation. So in this equation, if you just right click, you will have this linear form. Okay, you just click linear. So this is a latex code, okay, for that equation. So nowadays your Word understand latex. You just right click, you'll have professional. Okay, just right click, you have linear. You just copy the code. Okay, copy the code, put it inside a dollar environment, and you compile. You get the equation. Okay, you get the equation. So if you're not able to type properly, this way also you can do the equations. Okay, this is a simple way which I'm telling you. Okay, this is also a way by which you can create latex codes. I think this will be useful. So some question is like, what will be tomorrow's agenda? Tomorrow mainly we'll be seeing about this Beamer class, because many people are asking about Beamer, and I will also show you some other packages like in maths people, they will have this theorems, corollary. So these kind of things will be there. So how to type those things I will show you. I will also show you how to convert a table that you have created in Word into latex format easily. Okay, I will show you that also. You will have created a table in Word. Okay, you can just use one macro. So that macro, what it will do is it will convert the table code easily into latex code. So those things I will show you, like what I showed, like in Word, Microsoft Word, you can convert the equation easily into latex. Okay, so these kind of small hacks, what I know, I will show you those things. So any more questions? Okay, if no more questions, so I will stop now. And tomorrow I will send you a feedback form. After tomorrow's session, I will send you a feedback form. Kindly fill it. So I just want to know how about feedback about the session. So after tomorrow's session, I will be sending the certificates to you all. Okay. So if you have any more questions, you can send a mail to me. I'll be ready to answer your questions. Thank you. Thank you.